Can you briefly introduce yourself?
Oh yes, I'm Cristina. I'm from Mexico, Monterrey, and I study computer science in Tec de Monterrey.
So the first question that I would like to ask you is, were you in Korea before the COVID-19 situation?
No, I was after. I arrived around February.
And then is there a specific reason that you came to Korea, like also all this COVID-19 situation and the pandemic?
Yeah, actually, my parents were glad I chose Korea as an exchange program. So I wanted it since before COVID. I was actually gonna come before, but my university canceled due to COVID. And yeah, I was really excited to go to Korea because I explored, I searched online about its culture, and I was excited about learning a lot about the difference that it is between Mexico and Korea. And I really love the food and all the palaces and temples that they have. I think that convinced me to come here.
Me too, yeah. Then do you regret coming to Korea at any point, or do you like it here even though COVID's going on and we always have to wear a mask and all that?
Yeah, I felt like I really enjoyed it here, although there was COVID restrictions. I was actually, when I arrived, I was surprised with all the how they use technology in their favor, in your favor, to the app for the quarantine, and how in every restaurant you go, you sign up for your QR code. I felt like that was really cool and really well organized, so I felt really safe, and I still had fun, so yeah.
That's great. So you came to Korea despite of COVID, so the next question I would like to ask is, what brought you here? Were there any reasons that you have to come here, or what brought you to Korea?
Well, I'm actually graduating this semester, and I really wanted an exchange experience in another country, as I said, the culture. So basically it was me the time to, I had really few opportunity to have an exchange experience. So that was what brought me mainly, but also the safety that Korea, what I read before coming, I read that a lot of women can go alone at night, and of course there's always exceptions, but me being here, that has confirmed it. I feel really safe, and part of it, my parents were convinced was also that it was a really safe country, and the cultural experience.
So from what I know, due to COVID situation, most university has been doing online classes. So did you have any difficulties doing it, or yeah?
Yeah, I studied computer science, so technology is really easy for me, but I do enjoy more offline classes. That's something I'm really sad I didn't experience here, because I had the Zoom classes, the teachers were great, but I think that's something really universal where it's troubling to pay attention. I can connect, maybe I have a bad Wi-Fi or something, so actually here in Korea there's really good Wi-Fi, so I didn't have a lot of trouble with that. But I think that what was most troubling was to pay attention. But in a way it was also cool to have some classes, because I could travel more inside Korea, so I had its pros and cons.
So currently the number of people tested positive of COVID has been increasing in Korea. There's been thousands of people a day. So aren't your parents worried about it, or ask you to come back home?
No, actually, ever since before going and right now, I've told them how it's really controlled here, how they measure their measurements for the restrictions. And the rates of infections are really high compared, in Mexico, really high compared to Korea. The highest has been in Korea is I don't have the accurate numbers, but I know it's been way worse in my country in the sense of the rate of infections. So yeah, they're not worried. They're already vaccinated over there, but I'm telling you, before now, I didn't worry that I still haven't been vaccinated, because they know they have safety measures, yeah.
Okay, then probably Korea's COVID-19 measures and those of Mexico is probably going to be different.
Yeah.
And like I would also like to know how the quarantine system in Mexico is compared to Korea. So can you tell us?
Yeah. Okay. So in Mexico, like they recommend to quarantine once you arrive from an international. They do ask for like the COVID test, but they don't track you as they do here with an app. Like they just think you're gonna quarantine, but a lot of people don't. So that's why the infections are very high over there. So yeah, the quarantine facilities, there doesn't exist such a thing like you arrive and you have to be quarantined by the government, or no, you just arrive and yeah, be safe. So yeah.
So in Korea, small businesses have been having trouble making money and running their business due to COVID, since less people have been going out and spending money. So I was wondering how it's like in Mexico. Are they also having hard time, or is it better than Korea?
Okay. Well, at the beginning of the COVID outbreak, a lot of like local stores closed down because the restriction that the government from Mexico put out was to close everything that wasn't like bare necessity. So that's when a lot of the stores just like, if they didn't have a delivery system, like they just how to say, like they just closed because of like they didn't have enough money. So they went bankrupt. And so that was pretty hard at the beginning of COVID. Currently, it's getting better because in Mexico they started vaccinating 18 years and older. So right now it's more safe and more people are starting to go to local places and going out. Because at the beginning of COVID, I personally was like 3 months in my house, and only one person could go for groceries, like per family, one person could go buy groceries. So I didn't know much about the outside world in Mexico. But yeah, things right now are getting better for locals, but it was really, really hard for them at the beginning of COVID.
So it's quite similar to what's happening in Korea, right?
Yeah.
So I also heard that the delivery service in Mexico has some changes before and after COVID. So would you like to tell us the difference?
Yeah, so as I said, like before, if the local shops didn't have delivery system, they will go bankrupt. So a lot of people went like to that side of like having a delivery system, so they could like gain money. And I was actually working home office in a delivery app, and I could see like before the Mexican culture is more about going to the place. Like we did have delivery apps, but we didn't use them that much. It was more, I want to go to the store and be in the table with my friends. And when COVID arrived, people were scared to go outside, so they opted for the delivery system. And so as if I was working in a delivery app, so I started working in, I think in like beginning of May. And in May, like the beginning of May was like when it was like really high, the rates in Mexico, so they closed everything. And as I said, there were like a lot of stores that closed down. And this app, it had like really huge sales, because like I could see the graphs from like 3 months before, and it was just like really high. Like it was a total outbreak in the sales, and we needed like more employees to be like delivering the food. So yeah, basically before COVID, they really wasn't that popular. But after COVID, like right now it's more stable, and more people are using the delivery system, although like they're already vaccinated, because they found how comfortable it is to just get it delivered to your home.
Yeah, I feel like those Korean and Mexico's delivery services made some money during COVID.
Yeah.
Due to COVID, we can't like travel abroad, which is kind of sad, but we can still like travel inside Korea. So I was wondering whether you have been to some places in Korea, or you've been staying home, like because you're worried about COVID. So.
I've been enjoying a lot here in Korea. I've been to Jeju, I've been to Busan, I've been to Gangnam, Seoul. What else? I actually wanted to travel like East Asia before COVID like existed. But I think I'm truly happy with what I've like explored here like, in Korea, and yeah, I think I've been to a lot of places, although there's like the COVID restrictions, and it's been pretty like really beautiful landscapes and like hikes. I hiked Halasan in Jeju. It was a really cool experience. Yeah, I realized I had a good condition, a good exercise, and I also hiked the Bukhansan here, and yeah, the beaches are really pretty. I think Korea has a lot to like, although after COVID, like if people come to here in Korea, like they should really visit like all the places they have to offer.
Yeah, I feel like you can really enjoy it. When you have traveled to more places than I did. Yeah. And I think like you could still enjoy while sticking to the social distancing rules.
Yeah.
I feel like you've been doing great in Korea.
Yeah, I mean, not gonna lie, it's hard to breathe with the mask, but I still enjoyed it really good.
So also you have been enjoying a lot in Korea. You still can't enjoy some stuff because of COVID, like going abroad. So I was wondering whether you have any plans, specific plans after COVID.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't know when it's gonna end, but being here, as I said, I would have enjoyed offline classes, because I feel like they really have really good things like to offer, like teaching wise. So I was actually thinking after COVID, if it's in the timetable, I wanted to go back here to study like a master's or something, because I felt like that's the only thing I was missing, like offline classes. Yeah, I think that's as long as I can go, like long-term goal.
Do you have like any plans to travel like East Asian country nearby, like China or Japan? If the COVID gets better.
Yeah, for sure. I actually wanted to visit all East Asia for the exchange program, but because of COVID, of course, that was cancelled. But yeah, for sure, I want to visit China, Russia, Japan, and go more south there. But maybe that's when I do my master's. Yeah, because it's really far away. Yeah, I think East Asia is for sure a must travel location.
Yeah, I wish we could have offline classes too. So I feel like in school, the most thing that you have missed during COVID is offline classes. But I think there will be some more things that you have to give up due to COVID. So could you think of anything?
I could think a lot of things, but if I had to choose one, I think it would be to like meet people, like random people in parties, or like outgoing. Specifically here, like you can stay, like usually I met people like after midnight or stuff, but that's really difficult, and you can't really trust a stranger now because then you can get infected. So I think that's the major thing that I've given up, like socializing with random people in the street. So it's really sad because it's very hard to make new friends with this COVID situation.
Yeah, that's so true. I feel like I made less friends than I used to do before COVID, so I guess it's like same for most of the people. 지금까지 킹 후아이였습니다. Thank you guys. This was King Hua U.